request, Manoj, them to give me those names in a sealed cover. I will pass it on to CBI.
No, unto the state.
Just one. A fourth status report dated 30 September 2024 by the DIG, Head of Branch, Special Crime -1 CBI, has been submitted to the court. The status report indicates the leads on the investigation, which are being followed up by the CBI, and the steps which have been taken in the course of the investigation. Next. During the course of the hearing, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors have submitted their concerns to the effect that, I just don't say that learned counsel, without full stop. At this stage, it would be inappropriate, at this stage, where the investigation is in progress, it would not be appropriate to set down the details of the investigation or the leads which are being followed by the CBI, since that would compromise the status and effectiveness of the investigation. Full stop. At the same time, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, don't say at the same time, the CBI, as it appears before the court, is conducting an investigation on two facets. First, the alleged rape and murder which took place on 9 August 2024 at RGKAR Medical College and Hospital. And second, the allegations in regard to financial irregularities, which was also entrusted for the investigation of the CJI by the orders of the Division Bench of the Calcutta High Court. Full stop. Whether each of these are completely disconnected features, or whether there is a relationship between the two, is a matter again of investigation by the CBI. Full stop. During the course of the hearing, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors as well as their associations have drawn attention to the fact that several persons against whom there are serious allegations of misdemeanor in the medical college and hospital are still occupying positions of responsibility. Full stop. The status report which has been submitted by the CBI indicates that several of these aspects are still under investigation. Stop. Responding to the submission of the doctors to the effect that the persons in positions of responsibility at the medical college and hospital should either be suspended or be directed to proceed on leave is a matter which will require examination by the state government as the appointing and disciplinary authority. Full stop. Mr. Rakesh Dwivedi, learned senior counsel appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal, has submitted that if the CBI would share with the state government such preliminary material which would indicate the complicity of any persons in positions of authority, the state government will duly take necessary action in accordance with law, consistent with the service rules and regulations. Full stop. That apart, in the event that it appears that the irregularities which are noticed in the context of the RGKAR Medical College and Hospital cover not just the hospital in question, hospital and medical college in question, but extend to other such institutions within the state, within or outside the state,
So
the court may be, the investigating team of the CBI may be informed along the modalities which have already been prescribed by the earlier orders of this court. Thereafter, the court may take a call on what further directions to the CBI would be required to ensure that the investigation covers other aspects which may travel beyond the incidents which have taken place at the RGKAR Medical College and Hospital.
Well, I have a request,
Please
I have a
record.
request to make. Lord.
Now,
Milord,
sorry,
your
I
lord,
have one request, Lord.
a fresh application, being IA number
213387 of 2024.
213387
87.
of 2024,
September.
which has been filed in that regard,
Please.
is taken on the file.
Great.
Full stop. Details of the IA may be shared with the investigating officers of the CBI, investigating officers.
Milord, your lordship may kindly record. Milord,
My IA number
request.
Because I
Milord, may
have one
request.
request, Lord.
Now, just 1 second. Now,
I have one
a
request.
little bit time for Mr. Dwivedi. Mr. Dwivedi, between the last order and this order, today's hearing, what steps have been taken by the state of West Bengal
Yes.
for the installation of CCTV
Yes,
cameras?
we have filed an F.
2, for providing additional security. 3, for constructing duty rooms, which are separate from male and female doctors, for construction of toilets, for providing biometric access to critical areas of hospitals. What steps, what is the present improvement in the?
We have filed an affidavit, my Lord, today, my Lords, in the morning.
What have you
Now-
done?
My Lord, we have shown the progress, my Lord, in that, but we need some more time, my Lord, to complete the task. Kindly have paragraph 8,
At page?
page 5. There have been some logistical delays, not because of release of funds and all that, otherwise,
floods
and
and floods in
massive floods.
the state of the.
You have to
But
take
still-
action now. How many new CCTV cameras have been installed? Tell us
My
that.
Lords, we mentioned CC at page 5, my Lords, Your Lordship, paragraph 8, last bottom, my Lords.
Is it
6178 were to be installed, my Lord, 26% have been installed, my Lord, up till, and remaining we are likely to complete by 10th of October, my Lords. And so far as RGKAR is concerned, it is at paragraph 11.
Here's that no part of the work is above 50%. Duty rooms, 49%.
That's right.
Washrooms, 40%.
What
Lighting
did you-
arrangements, 33%. CCTV installation, 26%. Why is the progress so tardy? Because I mean,
Because
we have
of-
been monitoring this now for since 9th of August. We are into
Because tender,
September.
etc. had to be floated because of all those, but we are like, we'll complete all this not by maximum 15th October. my Lords.
You have said 31st of October, completed by 15th of October now.
I'm saying 15th. I've told them, my Lord, myself, they wanted time to be 31st so that we don't have to revert back for more time. But I want your lordships to post it by 15th October, my Lord, so that by that time, my Lord, we can give your lordships, most of the work will be completed, my Lords. And so far RGKAR is concerned, my Lord, duty room, my Lord, tenders, etc. have matured, but we have to take
Who's
permission from
looking after,
CJI.
who's now the principal at the RGKAR Medical College and Hospital today? Has somebody been appointed?
Dr. Manas Banerjee.
He's come from outside or he was a doctor within actually?
He's from Bengal only.
No, but he was within RGKAR or he's come in from
No,
some
he
other-
was 4 years back, he has been in RGKAR.
was principal of Barasat Medical College.
Which medical college?
Barasat Medical College.
Barasat Medical College.
And later on, sir, he was, after this incident, we reviewed his reputation. I knew him. So he was earlier MSVP of RGKAR almost 4 years back, very efficient officer. So we got him back as a principal because he was already promoted. And one of our best MSVP, Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee, who was there in Bakra Medical College. We also brought him. He's a young guy. He has developed quite a good reputation and comfort with the resident doctors. And both of them are very well accepted within the.
I see. So you are the health.
He's the principal secretary, my Lord, Health.
The Principal Secretary Health of Government of West Bengal, who is present in the course of the hearing, has informed the court that following the incident which took place on 9th August 2024, the state government has brought in 2 officers as the principal of the medical college and hospital and as the medical superintendent and vice principal. Full stop. These officers are bracket 1.
Professor
Doc-
Dr. Manas Banerjee.
Professor Dr. Manas Banerjee, who was earlier working as the who was earlier posted as principal at the
Barasat Medical College.
but at
Visit ILMS Academy for various courses from contract drafting, RTI, labor law, GST, and more. Get certified to enhance employability.
Barasat Medical College, semicolon and bracket 2.
Professor Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee,
Professor Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee,
he was posted as a MSVP of Bankura Sammelini Medical College.
who was previously posted as the medical superintendent and vice principal of the
Bankura
Bankura Medical College. The status report, which has been submitted by the state of West Bengal, indicates the following position in regard to the ongoing work at 28 medical colleges. 8 March को A1 का copy कर लो. As regards the status of the work at the RG Medical College, the status report is in the following terms, page 6 or 7 को BB. Though the state has indicated that the remaining work would be completed within a time frame of 31 October 2024. The court has been assured that all work would be completed by 15 October 2024.
We'll make all endeavors, Manoj. Some little thing will
That
remain.
the state will
one or
make
two
all endeavors to
0%.
complete the work by 15 October 2024. Full stop. The state shall positively ensure that work is completed by 15 October 2024.
It's not to put the point.
Because,
The
in
irregularity has been
RGKAR,
going on for
in
at least 2
RGKAR,
decades.
one moment.
If this irregularity has been going on for at least 2 decades, and if the individuals who have now been appointed have been associated
Lord-
with
My lord, can the state please
then the
finish?
fact that the previous employment was not with RGKAR doesn't make a difference.
No, but
I know, but sometimes what happens is that merely because they have, he was with RGKAR 4 years back,
Should they at least
he may not be involved in anything at all if
But
these are.
so disclose whether the individuals had previous relationship with RGKAR. Let them at least disclose.
My lord, but that is the most shocking part of it. Because 4 years back, my lord,
You know what? Sometimes you need a person who is conscious of that particular establishment also. If that person is otherwise free of taint, and today the government is bringing in somebody from outside, there's no reason for us to suspect that a person who is deliberately brought in with a taint.
Yes, my
4
lord, we
years
took
back,
instructions
there was-
and we are told that immediately the doctors are not aware of any taint, but we will come back with specific
May I-
instructions.
In RGKAR's college, Lord, regarding duty room, Lord, the tenders have matured, but we need the CBI's clearance, Lord, because of the crime.
Mr. Solicitor,
I'm sure, Lord, will.
they need your clearance for completing the work in the duty room because you've lifted all the evidence now.
Whatever they were supposed not to do for first 5 days, they've done. Now, even if they do something more, we have no objection.
Anyway, you just communicate it to them, that's all.
Yes,
No,
yes.
it's all right.
one
No, it's-
aspect.
It is the CBI which has stopped us, Lord, so we need permission, otherwise we would have done it.
my lord, 4 years back, when this
No.
particular person
But
was
we have maybe
brought into
complete,
RGKAR,
we have more.
my lord, he was responsible for selling of babies. My lord, the matter is pending before the
No,
High Court.
this is unfair, this is unfair.
But it's not unfair.
Just one second.
I don't know from all these
Just
reports.
one-
actually.
Let CBI investigate.
You can't
Who are
make
you?
one second.
No, no, I have the order sheet.
Just one.
Where a
But-
DNA was
Who is he?
conducted.
One
Who
second,
represent?
just listen to us. You can't just throw an allegation like
Yes.
that across the bar.
Responsibility.
On the next date of listing, you show us something to indicate.
No, no, I'll show the orders where the DNA was conducted
Right.
by the High
Then
Court.
Put it on the record,
I'll put it on record.
You can't just, otherwise
Four
we have
years
to,
that-
we have to follow some order
Yes,
and
yes, but I'll
procedure
put
in
it
the
on
court.
record. I'll put it
Nothing
on
Put it on the
beyond
record. We are
pleadings.
here, we are here. We'll immediately ask them to replace the
Lord,
order.
he should also tell us what is his locus, Lord, from where he is getting
I mean,
information. Lord.
But my argument, it was.
All right, look, you put it on the record.
I'll
you
put it-
consider.
And which party does he represent?
Lord, may I have a very important request to make? Lord?
Correctly.
My learned friend said that all doctors have joined, Lord, they have joined, but only they are performing emergency
Oh,
work.
just a minute, Manoj, this is
They
a
are-
false
one
statement. It's a false statement
All
and
right.
they've admitted it in their affidavit. Manoj,
Very
Ms.
strict.
Indira Jaising,
Yes.
Senior Counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, has made a solemn statement that pursuant to the hearing which took place in court on the last occasion, all doctors have rejoined their duties.
Manoj, they were the expression that I've used.
Responding to the statement of Mr. Rakesh Dwivedi.
They are not doing IPD and
One
OPD.
second.
That learned senior counsel appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal that the doctors are not performing
IPD
the
and
IPD and OPD duties, Ms. Jaising assures the court that the doctors are performing all duties without exception.
Including all essentials and emergency services, that may be recorded.
All duties.
No, Lord, because there's a dispute over the expression. The essential services are being performed.
You're not performing only essential services, right? You're performing all duties, we take it from you.
And they've admitted it in their own affidavit.
You're performing
No,
all duties.
we have said not IPD, OPD.
Look, this is part of the threat
Anyway,
culture.
I'm not accusing, Lord, I'm only
This is
praying with
part of
folded
the
hands.
civilization of the doctors, Lord.
So therefore, we have recorded your statement that
It's a
you are
puja.
performing all duties. So now abide by the statement.
And
Duties are
second-
performed by the senior doctors.
Now, Lord, one,
Manoj, they've admitted it in the affidavit that the junior doctors have rejoined. So
No,
where is the?
Where is this? Please show us the
No,
page.
they
What
have.
para number?
you know it,
Now
to
that
your
we-
knowledge, they have rejoined, to your knowledge.
Senior doctors.
Please show us.
Lords kindly be seen, Manoj. What we have said.
A statement that they are willing, that they are ready, that they are doing all
So
work.
they are not doing so.
They are-
Lord, please, this cannot be allowed. Let him file a separate application for it.
Para 17.
Affidavit.
Ms. Jaising, are you making a statement that you are performing IPD and OPD work?
Yes, here's my statement. Please record it as I say it. They are performing all essential and emergency
What is
services.
essential?
Let me finish.
Who will decide?
Essential services includes OPD. Essential
No, not
services
like-
do. 1 minute, Milord, they should know better than me. They're
Junior doctors
doctors.
are very important for
They
the
should
health
know better
system.
than me.
Hospitals
If
cannot.
according to you, you are performing all essential services.
Yes.
We record your statement, which
That's right.
includes IPD and OPD,
OPD is part of essential services.
right?
It's,
Likewise,
I
inpatient
want it
department
on
also.
record, my lord. I want it on record that they are performing emergency and essential services. That's the medical name, my lord, it's the medical name given to this service.
But will that mean that you will not render services to a child who comes in with a normal ailment during the term of the weather, but you will try and save
No.
a dying patient?
No, my lord, no, OPD
You are
falls
supposed
within
to give
essential
Work
services.
in the hospital, which any
OPD
doctor
falls
must do.
within
Your
essential
lordship may say
services.
all
Not-
essential services, including IPD, OPD.
It's not the way they have admitted that we are back at work.
No,
If
we
you
have not.
continue like this,
The main-
I will take no responsibility for one more
But
strike.
therefore, 1 second, are you stating that you are performing all medical and essential work, including IPD and OPD work?
Because it's part of essential service. No, my lord, your lordship may record that. I don't want confusion.
But Ms. Indira,
We don't want to
has
make any false
categorically-
statements in this
has
court.
Categorically stated that all the doctors are and shall perform all medical and essential work, including
PD.
IPD and OPD work.
Yes, I'm grateful.
My lords, in all of this, there have been 2 attacks. On the 27th
Yes.
of September in Shagor Dotto Medical College Hospital, there was an assault when the mob entered and the police and the non-state security personnel, the Rati Reshati said that they are doubling down on, stood back. So my lords, there is
Nobody
a
stood
second
back.
attack that happened yesterday. My lords, if I may just.
That you are investigating. This is not a general investigation onto what is happening on issues of law and order in every hospital.
Yes.
But we take it that you are taking action in accordance with.
We have filed
No,
Well, have been
my lords,
listed
in this
FIR
regard,
because
action
the-
is not
The
being
two
taken.
versions are that a patient died because, my lord, he was not provided bed. He was critical. No doctor attended.
No,
Only
my lords,
the
these are,
doctor-
these allegations cannot be
But
made,
that
my
is-
lord.
They are-
These allegations cannot be made, my.
But surely we can't decide them on the level of the volume of the voice. He'll have to decide it if at all after records come before us.
Exactly, my lords. There are no records.
There's an assertion by the state, we're denying it.
We have put it on
Lordship
record.
has
Let
said
them
this,
reply.
the Lordship has carried physically away,
Fine,
but I'm
fine.
the nearest proximity.
No, I'm the nearest.
There are,
All right,
Just a minute.
my lordships, may I?
all right.
Just one last-
Mr. Solicitor, when will you give us the report on the status of the
Whenever
investigation?
Lordship next,
We'll take it up on the Monday after the mini break of the court. So that will give you almost 10 days time to investigate. Of
can
course,
it be Tuesday?
My lord, your lordship,
May I
will just hear me for a second.
Your Lordships, may I mention?
Lord,
an
please
anecdote?
hear me for a second.
Sensitive
nature of the pictures, I've taken those back.
Your Lordship,
One second. Is it in relation to the state of West Bengal and the RGKAR
Your
hospital?
Lordship, this is with
One second. Yes or no?
No.
Then that is the end of the matter. Sorry. No.
Your Lordship,
Not a word,
So, no, sorry.
not a word of clarification that the High Court can proceed with the other petitions, my lord, which are outside the remit of what your lordships are supervising.
Yes, we are not.
No, but
If we-
that's it. Last time they said it's
Jaising,
before the
if we
Supreme Court.
wanted the High Court to stay its hand,
Visit ILMS Academy for various courses from contract drafting, RTI, labor law, GST, and more. Get certified to enhance employability.
we would have indicated that right away.
So, but
We didn't. It's
can we have a specific?
there are issues of moment which we are considering. There are issues which are best left to be handled at a local level by the division
Exactly.
head.
Therefore, my lord, just.
But they also know that issues which we are dealing with, they will not touch.
My lord,
Other matters they can.
last time they had a difficulty. I was personally appearing in the matter in the Calcutta High Court.
What was the issue?
The difficulty was, is this also, the case was about the police commissioner's statement immediately on the morning of, as he exited from the hospital, giving an interview disclosing the victim's name.
Somebody will have to file a writ petition.
Yes, my lord, we filed a writ petition to the High Court.
Have we stayed the hearing of that writ petition? We have not. Have we transferred that writ petition?
No,
to
the
us
lordships
as-
haven't. But a word of clarification, the difficulty. But your lordship may only say this, anything outside the remit of what your lordships have
Mr.
said.
Jetmalani,
Yes.
Mr. Dwivedi,
My lord,
if there's a writ petition dealing with the police commissioner's conduct, we are not staying the proceedings before the High Court at all.
It can
So
go
please,
on there.
neither side should tell the court that, well, we are seized of that matter. We are very clear that the writ petition which has been filed,
But will your lordship say that anything outside the remit of what has been said?
It's not required to be said.
the High Court is seasoned enough to know what
But
not
last
to
time-
enter upon.
Last time we said that they were not going into.
Now we have made our position clear.
The National Task Force, we directed to file the.
Mr. Solicitor, now, would we have the report of the National Task Force on the next date?
Can be.
Because then we can issue broader directions
Yes,
for
yes,
implementing.
Correct.
So please
I
make sure,
communicate, my lord, through.
because we had said that an interim report and the final report, now we should have actually both.
my lord, on the task
20th
force.
of October.
Solicitor General, the Solicitor General shall place on the record the outcome of the proceedings before the National
My
Task
lord,
Force,
Lordship will
or
give-
at least apprise this court on the status, on the progress which is being made.
My lord, but your lordship will just give me 1 second on the task force
Why-
issue.
Dr. Joshi from Medical Legal Society of India.
Sorry,
Dr. Rajiv Joshi from Medical Legal Society of India.
have you filed an IA?
Yeah, we have filed an intervention.
What is your IA for? How are you concerned with RGKAR Medical College?
RGKAR in general violence all over India that is happening.
That we will take up. We'll go step by step. We'll first deal with
submit three
RGKAR. We are
documents
dealing
for
with
your
the state of West
My
Bengal.
lord, may I just have a-
We'll deal with this at a little later stage.
Have to
Yeah.
submit
My lord,
three
no
documents for your
I
consideration.
just
Your
have
Honor.
a single word on the question of the task force. My lord, I have already filed an IA. I have no problem if it's taken up on the next date. But the point that we've pointed out there is that task force doesn't have any representation from West Bengal. We have made a humble request to this court.
Everyone
To
can
one
represent.
second, please. The task force is constituted by this honorable court. The members' names have been put by this honorable court. Only this court can alter the composition of the task force. It's a humble request to include into the task force at least one representative from the state of West
See,
Bengal.
If you-
1 second.
One second, now will you,
Pick up your-
both sides, will you please hear us?
Yes,
The task force is not state specific.
it's
The
not.
task, one second.
That's right.
We are going to issue directions based on the report of the task force,
Yes.
which will have pan-India application.
Yes, my lord.
If we agree to your suggestion, we will have to include representatives of every state in the task force.
No,
Therefore, just 1 second,
Yes,
therefore, we have directed that the task force shall engage with stakeholders.
I understand.
Please address an email on behalf of the resident doctors, both juniors and seniors in West Bengal, to the task force.
Yeah.
The cabinet secretary and his team are coordinating all logistical arrangements. They will ensure that you are heard by the task force and all your inputs are taken into account. Please rest assured.
Fully agree.
Your Honor, I want-
And that just
I
1
want
minute, my lord, one.
Papers.
My lord, just 1 minute.
This is not like what happens, in
No,
a
wait.
conference of doctors. It's a court of law.
Yeah, that's.
You will speak when you are called upon to speak,
Also.
right?
Uh,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
Here you can talk. Well, just one more thing. I understand what has been put to me, that it's an all-India task force and therefore every state can't have a representation. However, having regard to the fact that this incident arose in West Bengal,
Just do this, Ms. Jaising. Please write an email right away to the convener of the task force. If they have not heard already, the resident doctors from West Bengal, please request for an urgent appointment. You can then have a few representatives of all the associations, meet them and give them a complete appraisal of what your concerns are, what your inputs are to the work of the task force. It will be a welcome suggestion and they will give you a hearing. The Solicitor General is here, he'll communicate it to the Cabinet Secretariat.
Well, would your lordship consider, second, please, let me finish. Would your lordship consider appointing a sub-task force for West Bengal so that the specific issues which have arisen in West Bengal, which are not common to the rest of the country, can be looked into?
You see, all the members of the task force are people of unquestioned national
I
standing.
don't question it, Lord.
And therefore, the only point which you have made, which is a valid point, which is that the concerns specific to the doctors in West Bengal should be taken into account. Therefore, Ms. Jaising, all that you have to do is to address an email to the Cabinet Secretary. They will ensure that at the next meeting of the task force, representatives of all the resident doctors are heard by the task.
I will convey this to them for sure.
We're going to
Well,
do
not
that,
next-
my lord, on the
press
next
which is
occasion.
On the next date of hearing, I'll briefly mention what they are. We do not want nomination of students, interns and doctors. We want them to be elected representatives on the monitoring committee, the grievance committee and the other committees. Your lordship may take it up for hearing. The state has committed to facilitating elections.
Right, but therefore this can be really addressed to the task force itself.
No, my lord, not to the task force, to your lordships. I have put it in
My
the
lord,
application.
we'll do it on the next occasion, my lord.
It's part of the agreed minutes.
Grateful, Ms.
Oblige me.
It's part of the agreed minutes, my lord.
We're not now going to go into whether election should be held, nomination should be made.
It has to be done, my lord. It
We
can't
must
be,
also understand, the remit
it
of
can't
our-
be
of our
nominated
duty.
people on the,
My
on
lords,
the,
we'll
on these
submit on the
committees,
next
my lord.
occasion. On the
These
next occasion,
committees
please.
cannot have nominated people. They have to be elected, my lord.